Alright, today what we're going to do is look at algebraic expressions, and we're first going to start just remembering some of our exponents and how to solve these. So first what we have here is 2 to the 5th, and a little reminder that that means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We know that the number 2 is the base, and the number 5 is going to be the exponent. We want to practice writing these as exponents. So first, I want to go in alphabetical order, so I look at how many x's I have, and I see that I have x to the 3, so I got 3 x's, and then how many y's do I have? I have 2 of them. Next, you can also have them in groups here, so I want to be careful. I can write this a few different ways, and then I can even condense it even more. But right here, I have 4x in parentheses to the 3rd, and I have 3y in parentheses to the 2nd. I could go ahead here and then take 4 to the 3rd and get a number, 3 squared, get a number and multiply those, and my final answer could be 576 x to the 3rd y squared. Letter C, if I went ahead here, I could take my 6n to the 4th minus 3. If I went ahead and actually did 6 to the 4th, I get 1,296 n to the 4 minus 3. Always use parentheses for exponents when using a calculator and notice the difference. So if you were to actually take your calculator, and mine is charging right now, but if I were to take the calculator and do -3 to the 4th power in parentheses, you get the answer of 81. Now, if I did this, where I had the negative outside of 3 to the 4th power, I would get -81. Your parentheses are going to make a difference. It tells the calculator what to do first. Remember our orders of operations: PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents and radicals, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So here, if I were to do parentheses first, I'd have -4 plus 2 times, what is -2 plus 5? 3, and that's going to be squared. You would do your exponents next, and you would have your 3 squared to be 9. So -4 plus 2 times 9. -4 plus 18, and I would get 14 as an answer. Letter B, do your parentheses first. -5 squared plus 3 times -4 squared. What is -4 squared? Well, that would be 16. Be careful. This -5 squared is 25 plus 48, and I get 73. Okay, so letter C. I would do the multiplication first. 4 times 5, so 3 plus 20 minus 4. I would do 3 plus 20 is 23 minus 4, and I would get 19. Evaluating an algebraic expression. So looking at this, we have -3x squared minus 5x plus 7, and we want to put in the value of -2 for x. So I have -3. I put in the whole -2 squared minus 5 times -2 plus 7. I go ahead, -2 squared is 4, -3 times 4 is -12. -5 times -2 is a positive 10. -12 plus 10, or -12 plus 17, either way, whichever way you want to do it, we end up getting 5. We want to practice our combining like terms, which we started yesterday. So we first have 2 as a coefficient. When we have something like 2x plus 4, 2x and 4 are the terms. The terms are separated by an addition or subtraction. 2 is the coefficient, 4 is the constant. Like terms have the same variable part. So I have here my 3x and my negative 2x are going to be like terms, and my 7 and 8 are like terms. So if I do this, I go ahead and combine 7x plus 4x, and we get 11x. Here, my like terms, I would combine my n squared. 3n squared minus n squared is 2n squared, and the n is going to be by itself. Here, number 4, I would go ahead, 3x times 8x is 24x squared. 3x times negative 6 is negative 18x. And I'm done with that. Number 5, we want to distribute. So I have 4x times 5x is 20x squared plus 16x minus 18x. I go ahead, this is my only x squared minus 2x. Number 6, 2x plus 2, I'm distributing, minus 3x plus 12. Combine your x's. 2x and negative 3x is negative x. 2 and 12 is 14. Distribute the 4. 4x minus 8 plus 3x plus 12. 7x plus 4. Whoops, I didn't show it to you. My face was in the way. Number 8, 6x times x is 6x squared plus 30x minus 7x plus 7x squared. Combine your x squareds. 13x squared plus 23x. If you go ahead and look over on the next side, we have some problem solving. So you have $50 on buying some movies on DVDs that cost $15 each. Write an expression that shows how much money you have left after buying in movies. Evaluate the expression when n equals 2 and n equals 3. So you would have the original amount, okay, minus 15n times, let's see, that's supposed to be equal, oh, I'm sorry, this is supposed to be 15, this is supposed to be n equals the amount left. So we have $50 minus 15 times, well, the first time you're buying 2 movies, second time you're going to buy 3 movies, right? So 50 minus 30 and you get $20 left. 50 minus 45 and you get $5 left. Number 2, notice you want to buy either a CD or a DVD as a gift for each of 10 people. CDs cost $13 each and DVDs cost $19 each. Write an expression for the total amount of money you spend. So we know $13 for a CD, and we also know it's $19 for a DVD, and this is going to be my total. So C is going to be the number of CDs, and D is going to be the number of DVDs. So we want to evaluate it when 4 of the people get CDs. But then what do we need for, oh, we're missing a piece. Because we know this would be 13 times 4. So we know because we're giving a gift for 10 people, so 4 are going to be CDs, so that makes 6 be DVDs. I get 166 as my answer. Letter A, evaluate more expressions, simplify fractions, but leave as improper, not mixed. So I have here 2 is what x is, and negative 8 is what y is. So I have 2 to the 4th plus 3 times negative 8. 2 to the 4th is 16 plus negative 24, and I end up getting negative 8. Letter B, I have x is 3 and y is 2, so I have 3 times 3 squared squared minus 7 times 3 squared. 3 times 3 is 9. Squared is 81. 3 squared is 9. Times 7 is 63. I go ahead and do this, and I get 18. Letter D. 5 times 6 over, oh my goodness, 6 divided by 2/3 minus 6. Well, how do you do this? 6 divided by 2/3. Think of it like this. 6 divided by 2/3 is the same as 6 times 3 halves. 6 times 3 is 18. Divided by 2 is 9. So this number right here is actually 9. So 5 times 9 minus 6. That is 45 minus 6, which would be 39. Ooh, some other fun fraction stuff over here. So I have x squared. So what is negative 3 squared? 9. All over 2 times 2 plus 1. All over 5. I'm just going to leave it as 9/5. That's it. Last one, applying some of our geometry. Well, what happens? Oh, we got to remember some of our formulas. It says write an expression for the area of the figure, then evaluate the expression for the given values of the variable. So here I have, well, what's my area of a triangle? 1/2 base times height. So I would have 1/2 n times n plus 10. So you could either do that and leave it, or you could do n squared plus 10n divided by 2. That's another way to do it. Much easier for B and C because we know our formula is base times height for both of them. So, oops, I'm sorry. I should have evaluated that. My apologies. Go back. If I wanted to go ahead and do that, 1/2 of 40 is 20 times 50. So I get 1,000. Easier here, my formula would be A plus B times A. Well, let's go ahead and put this in. What is 8 plus 3? 11. And then you put in 8 for A, and I would get 88. This one, it's a square, so we know it's the same. So x plus y times x plus y. Well, 12 plus 5 is 17. So what is 17 times 17? Is it 1,309? Is that what I got? So something's not right on that. Let's see. Oh, 289. How did I get that? I don't know. 289. I don't know what I just did. All right, so it's 289. So now what you're going to do is you have your homework, the 1.3 practice, algebraic expressions, and that is it.